Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is part 19 of my global company tutorial series. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to part 19 of my global company tutorial series. So today's episode or video is actually going to go over 4 different mods. 3 of which require global company and 1 of them does not, and I'll go over all that here in a second. These are all related to seed production or seed cleaning. So the 3 mods you see in front of us here, so this one right here is the global company seed maker, this is seed production, and then this is realistic seed production, and finally we have the seed cleaner. This setup over, and this is a storage facility that comes with it, but this setup over here does not require global company. These 3 do. So we're just going to work our way across over to this one, and then we'll come do this one here last. So essentially all these are just options to make seeds in game without having to buy them. So if we go into the store, this first one that we're looking at is under global company, and it's $45,000. And now if we go back in here, if we go under Agres, the seed production building, which is the second one we're to go over, is $75,000, and we'll go over what they take and everything like that in a minute. And the realistic seed production is $300,000 under Agres farm production. And finally, under miscellaneous, we have the seed cleaner and the storage rack, which is for the seed cleaner. Essentially, these tend to go together. This isn't required, but it's an available option for you if you want. So yeah, those are what we're going to look at. So this one right here is the global company seed maker. So it has 4 different hazard boxes here for different inputs. But if we go into the global company menu by hitting Control G, we're going to go to the seed maker, open it up. It is currently disabled. And just like anything else, you can rename these or you can set them to automatically start or not start. We've gone over all that several episodes ago and several other episodes as well. But anyhow, so this one, the input is grain and herbicide. So you can buy both of these. So grain, 50,000 liters is 80 grand. Not too bad, really. And then the herbicide is $2,600 for 2,000 liters if you wanted to buy it and fill it up. Holds 50,000 liters of either wheat or barley, and then it holds 2,000 liters of herbicide. So what it does, it takes wheat or barley, whatever you put in here, plus herbicide, and it produces seeds, which it can hold 50,000 liters as an output, and you spawn pellets out, or you can actually get it as a bulk product out as well. So going through these different hazard boxes, this is the grain input. We're going to input wheat or barley. This right here is the bulk output for seeds. This right here, this little one, is the input for herbicide, and this one out here is the pallet output. So if we hop in here, I have a tank that can hold herbicide and liquid fertilizer. So we're going to pull up here, it has herbicide in it, and we should get an option once we come into that. Perfect. So we're going to unload 2,000 liters of herbicide in. Give it just a second to get a little bit in there. And we'll take a look at what the actual production ratio value, stuff like that, all that's going to be here in a minute. And essentially, what I would say is from least complicated to most complicated is how these 3 along here go. The seed cleaner is a totally different process, and that's why it doesn't require global company. But the seed production options here, this is probably the simplest, followed by that one, then the next one. So there we go. It has 2,000 liters of herbicide in, so we're going to pull this guy out of the way, hop out of here, hop in here, and we're going to put some barley in the input right there. We get ourselves backed in here a little bit better. Beautiful. And now we'll go ahead and get that put into there. We'll put all 21,000 liters in there just so we can kind of take a look at it. And if we go into the menu, it is currently going to be working. The seed maker, see active factories, 1 of 1. There we go. We're putting that in. It's working at 1,000 liters per hour, so it's going to process through 1,000 liters of this per hour. So if we fast forward time, we can probably go in here now and start seeing some of the outputs go through. Yep, it's slowly working its way through it, and it's doing pretty good. It doesn't go through that terribly fast. And you're getting seeds as an output. So you might actually be able to sell these for a profit if you wanted to do that, or you can use them obviously to plant stuff around your farm. But yeah, there you go. We'll see. We'll wait for this to get to the end, and then we'll see kind of what the output ratio was as far as a 1-to-1 for that. So essentially, what does 1,000 liters of grain get? And again, I'd also recommend using barley, because barley you're going to get a higher yield than wheat. On a field. It's obviously worth more, but in this case it doesn't matter as far as the value goes. Okay, so we got 21,000 liters of seed. So basically you're going to get 1 for 1 coming out of that. So we'll go ahead and stop the clock there. So yeah, that is the global company seed maker. That is all of it that you need to know about, everything you need to know with it right there. Pretty simple to use. Again, that's your output right there. Oh, and I guess I could show that as well, and actually having an output. Let's actually go into the menu here and we'll spawn some pallets out first. Go in here. We'll do 4 pallets here. We'll spawn out 4 pallets. And again, you have 4 big bags over there in that section there. And then to demonstrate the bulk output, we'll just back this guy up to here. Perfect. And then I can get a bulk output out of that. But I'll just go ahead and stop for there. So now the next one, the seed production there, which also requires global company. If we go into the menu here, that's this guy right here, the seed production. It's basically the same thing, except it's a little bit different. I know it doesn't make any sense. So now it still takes herbicide, but now it takes fertilizer as well, which actually I need to test and see if it takes liquid fertilizer or regular. I'm assuming regular since it doesn't have the liquid indicator. And then it also takes, instead of just barley and wheat, you can put canola, oats, corn, sunflowers, and soybeans, which out of all those options, I would still recommend using barley, but you can put all those in for 100,000 liters there, 100,000 liters there, and 100,000 liters total input there, and it can hold 100,000 liters of seeds, and you can either get it out as a bulk output or you can spawn pallets out. So we're going to take a look at that here in a second. Let me go ahead and empty this guy out. And a first thing too as well, this one does not have this, but this one does have it, this box that we see on a lot of these different mods. So there's lights, if we can get in there on the very inside, maybe if we can get it to actually come up. That's the triggers. I couldn't get the light one to work, but there you go. It's going to show you the ins and outs, and this one on the very outside is going to give you hazard boxes. So in right there, we're going to need herbicide, so we're going to go ahead and we can back this swivel axle trailer in. We're going to do it. No guarantees here. But that's going to just kind of push it back. That'll work. So there we go. We can put herbicide in. And we'll give it just a second here. And based on the fact that there's an input that looks like it would take a solid material, I'm assuming that is probably going to take a solid material. And let me actually, just to be a little bit more efficient with our time here, let's turn that off so that guy will keep unloading that. And we'll hop into here, and we're going to fill this guy up with solid fertilizer. We'll take a look at all that stuff later. Fertilizer, there we go. Okay, perfect. So we'll get this guy unloading. There's the bulk output you can see on the side there. So there we go. While he's doing that, we'll hop out. So again, bulk output. Pallet output is right through here. It's going to take up both these spots. This is the in for the herbicide, either in pallet form or in liquid form like we're doing. This is the in for the fertilizer. So pretty self-explanatory. If we go into the seed production, we have the fertilizer and we have the herbicide, so it is going to be solid fertilizer. And I guess I mentioned that about the fertilizer there, but that's also going to be where we're going to put in, we'll just put wheat in, sure, it doesn't matter. It's also, we're going to be putting the crop in as well. But if we go back into seed production here, it's now active, 10,000 liters an hour, so this one is much faster than the first one we looked at. But again, unless you're making seeds for money, it may not matter to you anyways, but we'll wait for that to get all the way filled up, and we'll actually fast forward time, since it's not going to take hardly any time at all for it to get through processing all the seeds it's going to process. So we'll get to about 2 o'clock here. It should be done by now. If we go into the menu here, seeds production. So it used, well, we put 21,000 liters in there, so use a little bit more. It's 1 for 1 still, so this one actually used more product than the other one did. So though it is faster and you have more options, the other one's technically speaking more efficient to get seeds out. So yeah, it kind of depends on what you're after there. Excuse me. No, we're gonna remove some of those. We'll put 4 out. Hop out. It spawned 4 out there. This was in the way a little bit, but and then we also can get a, well, actually, we'll back up here. We can get a bulk output from, let me turn down the volume of the tractors a little bit just to make sure you guys can hear me talking over the tractors. All right, we'll pull up right here, and there we go. We're getting seeds out of it. So pretty self-explanatory as far as all that goes. Now getting to the more complicated version over here, the realistic seed production. This one is why it's more realistic. There's a different seed type for every single seed, and all of them take a little bit different stuff. So like this one's alfalfa. It takes seeds and fertilizer to give you alfalfa seed. Barley seed takes barley, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide, and it gives you barley seed. Canola, liquid fertilizer, herbicide. And again, I'm not going to go through every single one of these on here, but you have most of your seed types seeds, fertilizer, and you can buy a lot of these options in here as well. Let's see if we go up to like alfalfa or barley. Sorry, yep, we can buy barley and stuff like that. So yeah, that all works out very well. I'm going to show you where the inputs are in this one, but I'm probably going to buy in all the stuff just to speed things up a little bit. So just like all these other mods that are made by the same person, there's one of these boxes on the side that's going to turn on those various options for you. This one has 4 switches. Let's see what those other ones are. That's displays, fade in displays. What was this one right here? Hide warning signs. Okay, and this one, hide trigger markers. We'll have the trigger markers out, and this one on the edge here is usually the lights. Turn lights on. So there we go. We have all the lights on. Everything's in and out and around here. So here's the outs, and there's so many different things to show you how many of the outputs there are. So yeah, and you can walk up to them to see for that specific one, but we're not going to look at every single specific one. We'll be here all day. So here's where you're going to put your liquids in. Here's where you're going to put your solids in. Here's where you're going to get bulk outputs. And yeah, that's everything as far as all that goes. So bulk outputs, bulk inputs, yep, everything's in there. And then as far as spawning pallets out, it's going to be right here. So again, I said we are going to do it this way. Oops, sorry, we're going to go Control G here. Just to save a little time, we're going to we'll make some barley seeds. Max, buy, yes. Max, buy, yes. And then herbicide, max, buy, yes. Super expensive, wouldn't recommend doing that. And it is producing, well, let's see here. It's an auto start on for that one. It's off. Let's start it. So it's going to do 1,000 liters an hour. So it's going to be a fairly slow production rate. But if we go into production for realistic seeds here, barley, it's slowly working through them and it's slowly getting output. It looks like it's going to be a 1-for-1 as well on this one. And it's not producing very many here. But again, you have barley seed now. So you have to specifically work with what you're after, which we're going to do. We'll just spawn 4 of those pallets out. So they're their own seed type. So you can see here, barley seed. Now they look the same, which is going to be a little bit more complicated other than the fact they say barley on them. You can see there's barley on there. So yeah, that's interesting. I like that. And we'll actually slow the clock down here. And just to show that, or to make sure that this is actually working the way it should, we'll empty this out here. Let's pull under the bulk output. And there we go, seeds, clover seed, because some of them actually, there was actually, and I should show you that here in a second. Where is the one we have? Barley seed. There we go. Our fill type is barley seed, so it has a lot of fill types in. And also under that one too, I forgot to note at the very, very bottom, you can produce just seeds out of it if you wanted to do that. So you put wheat in, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and you're gonna get seeds out. So that's another option for you as well. But yeah, that's everything with these 3 mods, the different, stuck in there, different ways to produce seeds. I'm going to get us set up to look at some of the seed cleaner over here, and I'll bring you guys back in. All right, folks, we are back with the seed cleaner. So there's no global company menu option in here. Essentially, this is going to just take your seeds and clean them for you, and it's only for just to simulate realistic seed cleaning and processing if you want to do it. So it's completely optional. It's nothing that you're required to do, obviously, or anything like that. And from what I know, it doesn't. Ooh, you can rotate that. Ooh, I did not know you could do that, but there you go. Learn something new every day. I don't think I missed anything else around here, but yeah. So it's just another option to make it a little bit more realistic for you if you wanted to do that. But this is again located under miscellaneous. One thing we are going to use in this is under pallets. It is the Lumagen tank. It's 2850 for 2,000 liters. It is this guy right here. I am using super strength to move it, so you'll probably need to do it otherwise. But this is a racking system to store these. So all you have to do to use this, it's very simple. I say very simple. Get it into this section here, and it's going to intake it. Hit R if you come up to here. It can hold up to 12 pallets, but if I wanted to get it out, confirm. And it only holds the Lumigen. So this guy right here, the seed tank, it takes either wheat, barley, or oats, and it's going to process them into clean seeds for you to use. So it does convert them over, but other than that, there's not a whole lot of other use for it. So we'll take a look here. We'll get this in here. So it's actually going to, there we go. You can see it's going down the value there. Still going down, right? Yep. Okay. And then we should be able to back into here and unload oats into here. So again, it takes wheat, barley, or oats. I'm putting oats in just because we've done wheat and barley before. And you see it's processing through. So it is slowly going to start cleaning, drying, taking care of your seeds, processing them, making them ready to go for a seeder. So it essentially is another form of seed production, and it doesn't require global company scripts, which actually, let me check. Yeah, it's still only for PC and Mac players, but hey, it's pretty cool. Now, if we drive around here, the output's just on the back side. And there is no pallet output that I'm aware of, but there you go. That's production for realistic seeds. That's interesting that it, that might be a little bit of an issue there. Let's see if we sell off. Let's go to the garage here. Let's sell off the realistic seeds. Sell that. Yes. 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 Okay. There we go. Now we should be able to, once we actually fast forward some time, get some stuff out of here. Those weirdos picking it up from over there. But there we go. We're getting seeds in now that we actually fixed that issue there. That was very strange. So yeah, it's slowly putting seeds out. So 7,500 liters is left in there. We put 21,000 in. So if it's a 1-for-1, that means we should be getting, what, 13,500 out. So we'll check that real quick to see. And it's only processed through a little bit of the Lumagen, so that's not too big of a cost for you. So this actually might even be a cheaper option, but yeah. Oh, there's the output right there, the remaining. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be 1-for-1 as well. Yep, it's going to be 1-for-1. So, yep, there's the amount there. Yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. That is everything about these various seed production plants and whatnot. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.